Earlier today I was sitting out and I was doing my morning meditation, and I was standing as still as a tree in yoga tree pose, and I felt something on my head. Is there something on my head? You know what? It's nesting season. All the birds are starting to make their nests. It must have thought, since I was in tree pose, that I was really a tree and that it could build its nest in me. Oh, it just got started. I better go out there tomorrow to let it finish up. So if you haven't guessed yet, we're going to be learning a little bit this week about nests. In a minute, I'm going to read this book to you called Birds Build Nests, and we're going to start to look at different types of nests that birds build. So one bird type doesn't build all different types of nests. Each bird has its very own type of nest that it is specialized at making. So a flamingo always builds a flamingo nest, and a weaver bird always builds a weaver bird nest. But all the different nests have shapes that we can start to talk about, like categories that depend on the habitat and the use of their nest. So I'm going to show you the task that you're going to do after this book. And then I'm going to read the book for you. So what I want you to see first is that I looked at the bird nest types page that I linked into the schedule for you guys. So you can take a look at it and you can see different types of nests. Then I built some of them and I used clay. So on here, I used the modeling clay that I gave to you guys. This is a mound nest, and I drew a little flamingo. And you can see in the picture that I gave to you of nests that they just make a little mound on the ground, just a little mound of mud. Here I put a scrape nest. So this is the type of nest that a California quail uses. And they call it a scrape nest because the quail just scrapes out a tiny little hole in the mud or gravel and lays its eggs right on it. Okay, this is called a cup nest because it's shaped just like a little cup, just like a little cup. This one would be the real size of about a hummingbird nest, and they make cup nests. Other birds like Steller's jays make cup nests, but theirs are bigger than this. This one is a cavity nest. So a cavity is a hole in your tooth, just like a cavity can be a hole in a tree. Lots of birds do cavity nests, like the mountain chickadee and northern flickers and mountain bluebirds. But the difference between a flicker and a bluebird is that the flicker is a type of woodpecker, so they make the hole. A chickadee can't make the hole. It just steals the hole or the cavity and creates its nest inside. And it found out that the predators can't get it in there. Now this one is not the actual size of a platform nest. So a platform nest is usually up high in a tree or built on a flat part near the top, or sometimes even on a telephone pole or something like that. And I put a picture of a bald eagle there. The real size of this would be about the size of my car. So I couldn't build that, but you could try in your backyard if you had some really big long sticks to make a bald eagle nest. And then this one, the blue one, says adhering. So when I adhere something, I stick it on. So it's a cup nest, but it's stuck right on the side of maybe a cliff, maybe the inside of a cave, maybe the side of a tree or a telephone pole. And then up here is the last one that I decided to build, and it's called a pendant nest. So a pendant is something hanging down. I used string, but they might find grass and sticks and like long pieces of plants that they would hang down and build their nest hanging from it in a pendant, which is a really, really great nest adaptation for making sure it's difficult for predators to get into their nest. So it's a pretty cool nest type. So your job is going to be to build at least 3 nest types and label them, and also find out which type of bird would use that nest. So I sent you a picture of the nest types. You might have to research in the tab that I put in there in the Cornell Lab of Ornithology. When you search up your bird, like we did a few weeks ago, there is a little part that says nesting. So you can find out what type of nest your bird builds. Birds build nests secret and deep in holes in old trees or banks that are steep. That's where birds build their nests. Birds build nests where water birds wade, large floating rafts in the lotus bloom's shade. That's where birds build their nests. So this is one I didn't build. This is a floating nest. A floating nest on top of lily pads. Birds build nests tranquil and dark in old hollow trees with rough weathered bark. That's where birds build their nests. This is a cavity nest because it's a hole in a tree. Birds build nests on islands at sea. Ocean rookeries for birds wild and free. That's where birds build their nests. This is a cliff nest. It's on the side of a cliff. This is most likely a cormorant. Birds build nests silhouetted up high like magical castles perched in the sky. That's where birds build their nests. That's a platform nest. Osprey do platform nests. Eagles do platform nests. Several raptor birds do those. So this is a large platform nest. Birds build nests, eggs deep inside, secret spaces where fledglings hide. That's how birds build their nests. Isn't that one cool? It's a hanging nest. Birds build nests from mud, rich and brown, delicately lined with velvet and down. That's how birds build their nests. This one is called a sphere nest. I should have built this, where it's almost completely a closed ball with just a hole at the top. So you might want to try this sphere nest because it actually goes with the 3D shapes that we were talking about for math today. So a sphere, and then do just an opening at the top. So I could have taken this cup and turned it more into a total sphere and made a sphere nest. And these are swallows. Birds build nests, true tailors of old, stitching intricate patterns of russet and gold. That's how birds build their nests. Birds build nests, delicate, small, with spiderweb fantasy hidden from all. That's how birds build their nests. Tiny hummingbird cup nest. Birds build nests on rough craggy peaks, high in the mountains above valleys so deep. That's where birds build their nests. Look at that. On the side of a cliff, a peregrine falcon loves to build its nest right into the cliffside. Birds build nests in mounds that are warm, havens from predators, secure from all harm. That's why birds build their nests. Birds build nests as waves splash the land, camouflaged eggs among seashells and sand. That's where birds build their nests. That's just a scrape nest, just scraped at the ground to make a tiny little hollow. Birds build nests as spring comes once more, invisible hollows on the vast tundra floor. That's when birds build their nests. Birds build nests from morning till night, tireless weavers, designers in flight. That's when birds build their nests. Look at that, woven up like that. Really, really amazing. So I hope you enjoy making some nests and learning about the different types of nests. At the afternoon meeting today or at the morning meeting tomorrow, I would love for you to share some of your bird nest models with us and tell us what type of nest they are.